Hey, what's going on guys, Matt here from Perfect PC. Today I just wanted to do a quick video for anyone who's keen on playing Warzone on a Nvidia graphics card. Videos just to provide you guys the best visual quality that you can get in game without sacrificing frame rate too much here. If you have a Intel 10400 CPU or greater, and a RAM kit of about 3200 megahertz or 3600 megahertz, 16 gig or greater, and a 3060 Ti or better. That might be a 2070 and above, maybe a 1080 and above. Then these settings should work just fine for you. So first things first, let's go ahead and have a look at the Nvidia control panel. Just jump in here, and the first thing we want to do is come down to change resolution. Make sure that you're under this scroll panel here. Sometimes it selects this top one. We want to make sure that if we scroll down under PC, then for my resolution it's going to be 1920 by 1080. Yours might be 1440, but in this case take whatever top resolutions here and select your maximum refresh rate. In this case mine's 240. Cool, once you've done that, hit apply. Now we're going to come down to adjust desktop color settings. We want to pump up the digital vibrance a wee bit, so maybe push that up. I like it at 80%. Have a play around with the slider, get a feel, see what you like, but that's just going to help your colors pop in game. Now, this is the important part. So under adjust desktop size and position, we want to make sure, and it's normally set to aspect ratio, you want to set it to integer scaling. So click on integer scaling, click apply. Once we've done that, come down to set up G-Sync. Up to you if you want to use G-Sync or FreeSync. I use it because I always run my game in full screen borderless. I like to have a side monitor that I flip back and forward a lot between. So yeah, enable G-Sync for that, enable full windowed and full screen, and make sure that it's selected your primary monitor that you're playing your games on, and enable. Once we've done that, we want to come back to manage 3D settings. Okay. So, under global settings, we don't need to worry too much about what's going on here. Under program, we want to come over here, and what you want to do, drop down that box, and you want to find Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. If you don't have it there, you can go through the add process, go to the exe file, add it, but it should automatically pick it up. Alright, this is the important bit, image sharpening. We want to click on that, make sure it's on, and image sharpening 50% or greater. 50% is about right. I find that's probably about perfect. 50%. Ignore film grain. I just set it to 1. I don't think it does anything, but play around with that. Right, and just copy the remainder of these settings. We just want to make sure that low latency mode is on, max frame rate off, G-Sync compatible, prefer max performance, highest available, high quality on. I mean, for VSync you can probably just turn that off. Alright, so those are the settings we want there. Alright, once we've done that, go ahead and hit apply. Cool. Alright, so now we can go back to in-game once we've done that. So what we want to do next is go to options, go to graphics. I set mine full screen borderless. There's your main monitor that you've been gaming on. Your graphics card will show here. Now, render resolution for 1080p and above. For 1080p, set your render resolution to 121 to 129. I like it at 129. It just makes it look the best for me. If you're struggling a little bit with FPS, you can drop it down to like 115. 100 looks a little bit blurry for me with the settings that I'm going to recommend, so 121 to 129 is best. If you can run 129 smoothly, then stick with it. Cool. Dynamic res disabled, VSync disabled, custom frame rate. So I got a 240Hz monitor. I cap my screen refresh rate to 3 FPS below that refresh rate there. That way it's not going to jump over and get out of sync. So go ahead and do that. If you've got a 144Hz monitor, set it to 140. Brightness anywhere between 50 and 55, personal preference. Nvidia highlights disabled unless you use Nvidia highlights. Not a lot of people do, but it does add a little bit of lag to your game and you will lose a couple of FPS, not much. And reflex, enable plus boost. Okay, so we're going to apply that. Now come over to quality. Field of view, I like mine at 110. Some people run 120. As long as it's not the standard 80, it's pretty personal preference there. I run affected. Camera movement least. Now these are the more important settings. We want to make sure that we get the best texture quality. So normal for me, high, low. I find having the texture filter on creates too much shimmer, so I leave it on low, particle quality high, and just follow along with those settings there that you can see. Filmic strength 1. Now this is the important piece. Filmic SMAA T2X. You want it on T2X. Don't have it off, don't have it on any of these. You want it T2X. So the reason being is that this completely gets rid of the shimmer in game, and with that sharpening filter that we put on in Nvidia control panel, it takes away the Vaseline smeary look, along with having our display settings at our render resolution up a wee bit, and that I find really helps out a bunch. So that's the key to having really good visibility in this game if you have a powerful enough graphics card and CPU to enable that setting while maintaining a decent frame rate. Alright, and then everything else, just follow those settings there. And that's it. Jump in, give it a try in game, let me know how you go. I find this image to be really crystal clear and perfect. Let me know what you thought in the comments, if you had any luck with it, or if you want me to do any other little hits and tips videos. AMD, you can definitely do the same thing. I can't do a video, I don't have an AMD graphics card, but they have something very, very similar in their control panel network called sharpness adjustment. Use it, it's well worth it on this game specifically to help get rid of that shimmer that I find really distracting. Alright guys, thanks very much.